At ease, brothers. Now, I normally don't bring conversations that are had in the power circle and bring them onto YouTube, man. But today I'm making an exception because I want to talk. I want to shed light on something, man, that's sabotaging the majority of men's mission. Right? It's not that a lot of guys aren't setting goals. It's not that a lot of guys aren't seeing the vision and moving towards that. A lot of it, man, is we're doing a certain thing as men to sabotage our own mission. I'm gonna tell you, a lot of us are unaware of it. Right? Now, usually when I make a video, man, I'm talking to men in general. I'm talking to men of every race, of every culture, of every religion, every creed, and you name it, right? But then sometimes I'll cater my message to younger men that are like 30 years old or younger. And I'm trying to give advice to these younger men to make them aware of some of the pitfalls that we fell in as older men, right? But today is going to be different, brothers. Today, I really want to talk to that group of men that are 30 and above, right? Because what I've observed, man, is this thing that we're doing as men to sabotage our own mission. I understand now that these young brothers figured it out. A lot of things that we do as men, these young brothers, they figured some things out. I don't know how they did it, but as a collective, they figured some things out, man. And what that is they understand that when source energy gives them knowledge and power to navigate through this world, they aren't afraid to keep a portion of that power for themselves. So you gotta understand that us as men, man, we've been taught to just give, put everything on a pedestal, make sure everybody is good, without taking a fraction of that, a tenth of that, and say, you know what, let me pour back into myself and show myself that I care about myself so I can fulfill my mission. You gotta understand a lot of reasons we can't go forward or the mission is failing because we aren't taking any of that gas and using it for ourselves. Right? I remember when I first started to understand this, bro. It was when I was coming out of that bottom place in my life, 2009, when life is just done the most, man. And I can remember, man, when I finally got my head above ground and I could see the light at the end of the tunnel. I remember, for example, this necklace right here, bro. I bought this necklace in 2009, and I've been rocking it since, almost 12, 13, 14 years since then. And I remember going to, it was a Gordon's or Zales, man, and saw this necklace. It's Russell Simmons, man. It was about to be discontinued. And it was something that when I saw it, man, I said, you know what? That's something that I desire. I don't care if anybody likes it, dislikes it. I'm not getting for any clout. I was like, I want that for myself. And I'll tell you, man, for years, me putting this on, and even now, it was just a reminder of, you know what, brother, of course, we do all these things for everybody else, but take a portion of that and love yourself. A lot of us don't understand that, man. And a lot of times we need to do things and have markers in life to represent that. A lot of my tattoos represent that. I can even remember, man, just a number of years ago, well, a lot of years ago now, when I finally got my license to carry my weapon, right? I would always carry these $100 weapons, $150, weapons on my side. And one day I was at a gun show and I'm seeing all these fancy, and I said, bro, like I always do for everybody else. What am I doing for myself? And I invested money in one with a beam and the special triggers and all that kind of stuff. So now when I leave the house and if I'm wearing my chain and I put my burn on my hip, it's a reminder. Like, so always love yourself. Always take a tithe of that energy that God gives you to bless the world and bless yourself. I could even go fast forward, man, to again, when I was taking that transition, I said, you know what? I know there's more to life. I know I can see places on the globe. I know I have the ability to work for myself. And I can remember when I first heard about today's sponsor, Teej Hanley, right? I was a man back then that, once a year I might go get me a facial and most times that was a gift, right? But not in a million years would I say to myself, brother, I'm finna start me a whole regiment. Like I'm finna wake up and start loving myself every day in a million years, man. And once I started making that hard transition, saying, you know what, soul, it's time to move to that soul 2.0. Brother, I made that decision, man, to show myself that love every day, brother, and it changed everything. It reminds me every day, waking up every day, taking care of my skin, exfoliate. all this stuff, brother, it shows me every single day before I walk out the door. You know what? So understand that your well-being is important too. Not only important, your well-being is priority. A lot of us guys forget that, man. And not taking that percentage and putting it back on ourselves is a lot of reasons why our missions aren't being fulfilled. So that's why I'm glad to partner with Tej Hanley today on today's video. Believe me, man, Tej Hanley is the truth. You've heard me talk about them before, and you're going to be hearing me talk about them for a long time because I know the positive impact they've had on my life. Seriously, I don't think some of you brothers believe me when I tell you how much implementing a quality skincare routine will improve confidence in all areas of your life. Tej Hanley makes taking care of your skincare uncomplicated. They provide you with all the products that you need and nothing you don't. I recommend you start with their level 1 system, which comes with all the basics: a daily face wash, an exfoliating scrub, an AM moisturizer with SPF 20, and a PM moisturizer. Oh, and to make it simple for guys like us, they provide this instruction card in every box that tells you how and when to use each product. It definitely comes in clutch. Skincare wasn't something I always took seriously, brothers, but now I wish I would have sooner. But you don't have to take my word for it, brothers. There are over 5,000 5-star reviews from customers around the globe. In addition to amazing skin, members of Tej Hanley get tons of benefits, including at least 20% off of retail price, access to exclusive monthly deals, the ability to pause or cancel at any time, and free US shipping. And because Tej Hanley is sponsoring today's video, they're offering my viewers a great deal. Just click the first link in the description box and you'll get 30% off your first box, plus a free gift. Brothers, I hate to stop you. I know you're on your way to your computer right now to make your Tej Hanley order and get put in the fraternity, but I have to tell you about these new gifting options, bro. First is this scrubber brush, man, which I love. Game changing, branded, soft silicone. I'm telling you, man, when you get in the shower with this, man, lather's gonna be on crazy. It's silicone, so it's soft, bro, but when you put it on your skin, it feels like alpaca ass. Game changer. Now I'm gonna tell you this, bro. Your girl gonna try to steal this. She's gonna try to steal this, man, so definitely keep an eye on it, man. This is my favorite, though. Picture this, man. Picture you on a day trip, man. You taking your girl to the city. Y'all staying in San Antonio. Y'all staying in Bahamas. You get out the shower, man, and you throw this on the bed. Boom. Leather case. Tej Hanley branded. Nail kit. A1. Not only is it soft leather and quality made, man, but you open this thing up and you got top-notch Tej Hanley branded devices, clippers, tweezers, scissors. It's game changing, bro. You know what? Don't even watch the video. Go make your Tej Hanley order right now, man, and get put in the frat, brothers. Again, man, I really need y'all to understand what I'm saying when I say it's not that men aren't really setting goals. Like, there are some men that have no vision, that have no desired outcome outside of what their current situation is. I'm not talking about them, man. I'm talking about men that have a sense of self-awareness, a sense of mission, a sense of direction, a sense of purpose. And they see that purpose being achieved on the horizon, and they see themselves getting closer to it, but for some reason they can never reach it. What I'm saying is, brothers, you have to understand that what a lot of men are doing, or is taking that percentage of God force. I don't know what to call it. That essence that we have to create that, to fulfill that mission, and we're giving it away more than what we should. More than what we should, man. And again, like I said, a lot of it is just due to duty. A lot of it is just due to what we've been taught. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not talking about the sense of duty where, of course, in a Titanic situation, it's women and children first. I'm not talking about that. That's just our responsibility, I feel, as men, to make sure everybody else is good. I'm talking about taking more than that. Or I'm talking about staying in that energy to the point where you can't fulfill your mission. You know what I'm saying? Like, do you know how many wives and girlfriends have that you've allowed to compromise the mission? In other words, do you know how many husbands there are? And a lot of y'all can relate, that are in marriages and their healthy situations, and you say, okay, you know what, babe, we're trying to redirect our path and get to this place of whatever, early retirement, this place of putting ourselves on our own land and getting our home, and this is the play we have to call. And you say, you know what, babe, I know you get a new car every summer. I know you get a new wedding ring every other year. I know we go to Jamaica every 3 or 4 months. But for this season in our life, this is the change we have to make. This is the direction we're going. And a lot of women are saying things like, oh, well, baby, you know, I still got to do this and I still got to spend this. And a lot of men will say, okay, I see the vision. The plan has been called. But for some reason, me as a man, I can't get there. It's because a lot of us have forgotten the hierarchy, man. Like, it's easy to get on here and talk about the hierarchy. And we're like, yeah, that makes sense. You know, God, purpose, self, everything else. It's easy to say that, but in real time, in real life situations, when you're dealing with it, it's a bit more challenging. You really got to grab your cojones and make some decisions, man. So there are a lot of people that are in relationships and they're submitting their power to this relationship and they can't go forward. They can never hit that goal. And I'm telling you, it's a real thing, brothers. You know, even with our children, man, and a lot of y'all that have children, man, you probably understand, right? Like, I have a son, man, and I'll say this, I'll go above and beyond for my son, right? But to be honest, when a man goes past that threshold of above and beyond, he begins to sacrifice a lot of things. Like I believe that as a parent, you can do so much for a child to where you'll start handicapping them. And if I look back a couple of years, man, I can see where I was toward that line. I was toward that line where just because I had the resources, I was doing things that, like, you know what, maybe I shouldn't have did that thing for him. And I started gearing back, man, so he could kind of feel life and become a man and develop into what he is now. But a lot of times when we as parents put that extra life force into raising our kids, like going above and beyond past that threshold, it's taking energy from the mission. Again, if you as a man are trying to accomplish something, again, you're just forfeiting that energy, bro. And I'm telling you, a lot of us do that out of love. Out of love, not understanding that, hey, man, you know what? Like I'm making everybody's life around me better. But again, I forgot the hierarchy. Like, I have to take care of myself first. I have to keep myself priority. Like I said to my brothers in the circle the other day, man, we have to be the heroes of our own story. Because you have to understand that everybody you interact with is even on a subconscious level trying to make themselves the hero in your story. Men, women, kids, everybody. When a person enters your life on a subconscious level, even if it's from a place of love, they're wanting themselves to be the hero in your story. They're wanting to get the victory, and you're doing it in everybody else's story. So if everybody is aware of this, then everybody can govern themselves accordingly. I'll even say this. I'll even say that parents can be that thing that you're putting your energy into more than you should. And I of course, I can't really relate to this because that's just not an issue in my life. But I remember having a conversation with a brother. It might have been a year or so, give or take. I don't know. From Carthage, Texas. Y'all know Carthage, Texas is here in East Texas, man, not where I'm from. Small town, you know. And this brother was wanting to move way out west. And he was like, man, I want to move out west, man, but I don't want to leave my parents here and da-da-da-da. And they're making me feel guilty for wanting to leave this population of 5,000-10,000 people and do bigger things in life. And he had been sacrificing so many of his years, man, just sitting put because his family was there. Now, I'm not sitting there saying don't take care of family and mom and daddy. Man, that should be priority. You know, put them in position and make sure family members are around them, and make sure that if you do move off, man, you can easily hop on a flight and take care of them. I'm not saying that, but you shouldn't sacrifice your own mission. I don't even think a parent should desire for you to sacrifice your own mission, life mission, to make sure they sleep good at night. You know what I'm saying? So again, man, it's just a lot of times that we as men, just give too much of that life force. And the reason I'm speaking to like I say, 30-year-old men or better is because I don't know if it was just taught in us. I don't know. But it's something in us, man, that just has that extra, that duty outside of ourselves to the point where we don't even love ourselves. And a lot of y'all understand what I'm saying, right? You have to understand this, man. If nothing else, understand that your obligation, your primary obligation is to source energy, right? Your second obligation is to self, which is to include your purpose. Understand that those are your two priorities first. Now, I understand we've said this, but I understand that a lot of guys will hear this and it's a news flash to them. Like Soul, I've never even thought about what life would be like if I loved myself. Like loving myself first. I'm gonna tell you this, bro. The day I sit still, and I can't remember how old I was. I was a grown man, and I said, you know what? What would happen? Like what would life be like if I started taking some of this energy and putting it, bro? Like the light bulb came off. I said my life would do a completely different thing. So I understand that what I'm saying now, man, is low key a news flash to some of y'all brothers. It's okay to love yourself. It's okay to go and purchase that one thing that you've been putting off for years to make sure everybody else had theirs first. It's okay to do that. It's okay to have a self-care love regimen, even though it's okay to do that. Like a lot of us men need to start doing, for example, like it's okay for you as a man, even if you're single, hell, even if you're in a relationship, say, you know what? I feel like going to see a movie. Like there's an action movie came out and I want to go see it and hell, let me go out and buy the biggest box of popcorn and the biggest drink and kick my feet up and enjoy this movie to myself. I'm not inviting nobody. I'm not inviting the mom, the wife, the son, the daughter. I'm just me enjoying myself. It's okay to do that, brothers. Yeah, and you have to understand that once you do that, it's going to trigger something inside of you. It's going to trigger. You're going to feel that energy, man. You're going to feel that purpose. It's going to trigger something inside of you, bro. It's okay to do that. It's okay as a single man. If you're single and you're like, you know what, one day I want to travel the world. Like you don't have to wait until you have a girlfriend to go to Bahamas. You don't have to wait until you're in a relationship or married to go to Italy or in all these places. Like a lot of us will suppress ourselves and our mind, thinking that, you know what, duty is first, even though if there's no one in place to give that duty to. A lot of us are just trained, man. So all I'm saying is this, brothers. Stop sabotaging the mission. Stop sabotaging the mission. A lot of us are creating our goals and we can see the light at the end of the tunnel. We can see the whole play that's supposed to be called and ran. But as soon as we start having motion, it's like, oh, let me remember that my well-being is not as important as everybody else's. And I'm telling you, brothers, that is sabotaging your mission. Don't forget to check out T's Handling, man. Click that button, man, and get that regimen started today. I guarantee you, brothers, it will change your life.